Today we are going to study practice set 6.1. Question 1. The daily sale of 100 vegetable vendors is given in the following table. Find the mean of the scale by direct method. This question is given on the textbook page number 133 and 34. So daily sale in rupees is given. The scale is given from 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000, in which the number of vendors are, that is, frequency is given 15, 20, 35 and 30 respectively. So what we have to do, we are going to write in the form of a table. So class is here, daily sale in rupees. What class is given in the table asked, that we will write here 1000 to 1500 and last 2500 to 3000. Here we have to take the class mark. How to take the class mark? This is known as the lower limit of the class. This is known as the upper limit of the class. So lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. It comes to 1250. Similarly, of all the class, it will come as shown in here. Frequency, number of the vendors, from where you will get in the table given. So here we will write. Now n is the total of the frequency, that is sum of fi. Frequency is denoted by fi equals to 100. Frequency into class mark, that is fi into xi. So this will be the product will come here of fi xi equals to 15 into 1250 equals to 18,750. Of all these rows, you have to take fi xi. Next step, what we have to do is sum of fi xi. We have to add. Now, how to add? Write all the terms one digit below another. For example, unit digit, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000. And you can do like this: 0 is 0 here, 5 plus 5, 10, 0, carry 1, 8, and 7, 15, and 20, 0, carry 2, 2 plus 8, 10, plus 5, 15, 15 plus 8, 23, plus 2, 25, 5 here, 2 carry, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 7, 13, 13 plus 8, 21. So 215,000. Now how to calculate the mean after that? Mean formula is there. X bar equals to summation of fi xi upon sum of fi equals to 2,15,000 upon 100. 2,15,000 we got from here, sum of fi xi, and n equals to, that is sum of fi equals to 100 equals to 2,150. The mean of the sale is 2,150. Another problem given on page number 135 and 136 of the textbook. The amount invested in health insurance by 100 families is given in the following frequency table. Find the mean of the investments using direct method and assume mean method. Check whether the mean found by the two method is the same as calculated by step deviation method. Answer is given here, 2,140. We will see. So table is given, amount invested in rupees, your class is given, number of families means frequencies are given for each class. So what we know, direct method. In direct method, what we are going to do is write the class amount invested, class mark as xi. Class mark how to take? Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So here it comes to 1000 and so on. Frequencies you have to write from the table, and then fi into xi, whatever fi is there and xi is there for the row, you have to write the product of the same. Then add this, add all the frequencies. So n equals to or sum of fi equals to 100, sum of fi xi equals to, here it is coming 2,14,000. Now mean equals to x bar equals to summation of fi xi upon sum of fi equals to, put the values, simplify, you will get 2140. This is known as direct method. Assume mean method, as it is introduced to you in class. Again, we have to write the class amount invested in rupees. Class mark you have to write as it is given there. Here we have to select any one class. For example, we have selected the class 2000 to 2400 as assume mean. Now 2200 minus the class mark. So when you go up, these numbers are small than this, so they will be negative numbers. Don't worry about that. And down when you come, it will be positive. 2600 for this class is the class mark, minus 2200, it will be 400. For 3000, it will be minus 2200 from 3000, you will get 800. Next class, we write frequency as we are writing. Only this step is increased. Now it is denoted by di. Di is there, nothing but xi minus a. At each step, this is xi minus a at each step. So xi minus 2200 we will do at each step here. Frequency, number of families. It is already given in the table. Now frequency into deviation, fi di. Earlier we were taking for direct method fi xi. In assume mean method, we are adding one more step, that is assuming any one class mark and then finding di as xi minus a. So when we are simplifying this, now here you see 3 into minus 1200 minus 3600 minus 800 into 15 minus 12,000 minus 400 into 20 minus 8,000. 0 into 25, 0 only. 400 into 30, positive, 12,000. 800 into 7, 5,600. Now we have to find out the sum of all these terms. So sum of frequency you know very well, equals to 100, it is coming here. And sum of fi di, here one method you apply, add all the negative numbers and write in rough, add all the positive numbers, write in rough, and then simplify. Whichever answer comes there, greater number sign will be put here. Here it is coming sum of fi di equals to minus 6000. So d bar equals to sum of fi di upon sum of fi equals to minus 6000 upon 100 equals to minus 60. Mean is what? X bar. So whatever assume mean you have taken, that is 2200 plus d bar. It is positive and negative, whatever is there, we have to add that only. So 2200 plus minus 60. D bar is coming minus 60. So equals to 2140. This is earlier by direct method also we got answer 2140. By assume mean method also we are getting 2140. Question number 3. Textbook page number 137. The following table shows the funds collected by 50 students for flood affected people. Find the mean of the funds. Here table is given, but if the number of the scores in 2 consecutive classes is very low, it is convenient to club them. So in the above example, we club the number classes 0 to 500, 500 to 1000, 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000. Now the new table is shown below. We can take this class also and solve the problem, But as numbers are very small enough, 1, 18, 2, 4, like this, so we can club. So this is to make the class mark bigger of two terms there. That is 0 to 1000, 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 3000. You can see the comparison. Now, solve by direct method. Frequencies will also be clubbed. Solve by direct method. Verify that the mean calculated by the assume mean method is the same. Find the mean in the above example by taking A equals to assume mean as 1750. Now here you see direct method, very clear. Class mark is there, found from the class interval. Frequencies are there. Now you know how to take from the table Fi into Xi. Calculate sum of Fi. Here it is coming 50. Sum of Fi Xi. Total of this 69,500. Mean equals to summation of Fi Xi upon sum of Fi equals to 69,500 divided by 50. Answer come to 1,390. This is by direct method. Assume mean method. Here it is given assume A equals to 1250. Now here you see, first we will take the class mark. Then of the class interval. Then assuming 1250 as it was given, otherwise of the any bigger frequency you can take that class as a assumed class. So di equals to xi minus a. What it is? Xi here 500. 500 minus 1250 equals to minus 750. 1750 minus 1250, 500. 2500 minus 1250, answer is 1250. Frequencies are given. Take the product of di and fi. So minus 750 into 6 equals to minus 4500. 0 into 24 is 0. 500 into 18 is 9000. 1250 into 2 is 2500. Sum of fi equals to 50. Sum of fi di equals to 7000. D bar equals to, putting in the formula, we'll get, and substituting the value, we get 140. Mean, in assume mean, you know very well, x bar equals to mean equals to assume mean, what you have assumed, plus d bar. Now here in this problem, d bar is positive. So 1250 plus 140 equals to 1390. The mean calculated by the assume mean method is the same. Third, step deviation method. Same problem is taken here. Now step deviation method, here we take assumed as 1750 and G. What is G will come across? Class interval is given. Class mark you know xi equals to assume mean we have taken as 1750. So di equals to xi minus a, xi minus 1750. Now you know how to calculate. Ui equals to di upon g, where g is 250. From where we get the 250 here? The GCD, greatest common divisor of di. These terms are there. So 250 table will go for all the three terms given here of di. So G equals to GCD of di equals to 250 here. Minus 500 divided by 250 is minus 2. Minus 1250 divided by 250 is minus 5. 0 divided by 250 will be 0 only. 750 divided by 250 is 3. Again, UI, Fi we have to take in the last column. This is frequency. So frequency into UI. This is step deviation method. Third type of method this is. So here additional we will take as UI to Fi UI minus 30. 6 into minus 5 is minus 30. Minus 2 into 24 is minus 48. 3 into 2 equals to 6. So n equals to 50. Sum of Fi Ui equals to minus 72. Therefore, U bar, earlier it was D bar for assume mean method, here it is for step deviation method, it is U bar equals to sum of Fi Ui upon sum of Fi equals to minus 72 upon 50 equals to minus 1.44. Now mean equals to assume mean plus U bar, what we have calculated, we have divided by G, that was 250. So here we will multiply by G to U bar equals to 1750 into minus 1.44 into 250 equals to 1750 minus product of these two 360 equals to 1390. The mean of the funds is 1390. So we have seen direct method, assume mean method and step deviation method. You solve by any method, answer comes the same. Now here you see, in direct method I am taking a revision here. In direct method you have to find out the interval, class mark and directly frequency you take, product of xi fi. For direct method I am saying you have to take that total and then you have to find out the thing. In assume mean method you have to take the class interval, class mark, di and frequency. Then you have to take fi di and assume mean formula you have to apply. And in step deviation method you have to take class interval, class mark, di, ui, that is di upon g. G is the mean class of the class interval. And frequency fi, then fi ui, here it is on the screen itself. Now we'll come to exercise. Question 1. The following table shows the number of students and the time they utilize daily for their studies. Find the mean time spent by students for their studies by direct method. Table is given here. Time 0 to 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours and 8 to 10 hours. Frequencies are given of number of students as. So we'll write class time in hours 0 to 2 and all up to 8 to 10. Class mark xi equals to, again I repeat, lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. It equals to 0 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 plus 4, 6 plus divided by 2, 3, like that. And frequency is already given. In direct method, as you know that we have to take fi xi. So take the product of these two, you get. Then take sum of fi equals to 50, that is sum of all frequency. Sum of fi xi, this total we have to make, it equals to 218. Mean equals to x bar equals to summation of fi xi upon sum of fi equals to 218 upon 50 equals to 4.36. Therefore, the mean of the time spent by the students for their study is 4.36 hours. Next question. In the following table, the toll paid by drivers and the number of vehicles is shown. Find the mean of the toll by the assume mean method. Now your particular methods are asked. You have to solve by that particular method only. Toll is from 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, 700 to 800. And number of vehicles as frequencies, it is given here. We must write at the top of the table only. Let us take the assume mean as. Whatever you take, So class interval, you will write class as told in rupees. Class mark, you know how to find out. Assume mean, generally we take the middle term there, middle class only. So here you have taken assume mean equals to 550. Assume mean method, you know that we have to find out the DI. DI is nothing but deviation. Deviation equals to xi minus A. So 550 is A. So 550 minus 550 will be 0. Xi minus xi, that is 550 minus 550 equals to 0 here. 450 minus 550, it will be minus 100. 350 minus 550 equals to minus 200. Here 650 minus 550, it will be 100. 750 minus 550, it will be 200. Frequencies as given in the table only we have to write. Now in assume mean method, we take product of frequency into deviation. So Fi into Di. Simplify this. As a product of these two, you write here. Then sum of Fi Di when you are doing, take the negative number total, take the positive number total, whatever greater sign is there, simplify it. That sign you have to give. So here comes to minus 12,000. And sum of all frequencies, sum of Fi equals to 420. Formula is such that here Fi Di equals to minus 12,000. Sum of Fi equals to 420. Therefore, mean of Di, that is D bar equals to sum of Fi Di upon sum of Fi equals to minus 12,000 upon 420 equals to minus 28.57. The mean of the given class is x bar equals to A, that is assume mean, plus D bar, what you have calculated here. It can be positive or negative, equals to 550 plus minus 28.57 equals to 521.43. The mean of all the toll paid by the drivers is rupees 521.43. Next question 3. A milk center sold milk to 50 customers. The table below gives the number of customers and the milk they purchased. Find the mean of the milk sold by direct method. Here, milk sold in liters is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and number of customers are given as a frequency. So for direct method, we will take class milk sold in liters. As in this class, we will write first column, second column class mark, 1 plus 2, 3 divided by 2, 1.5. Now you know how to take the class mark. Frequency is already given. Frequency into class mark equals to Fi Xi. Simplify this. This is coming in points. Do the total correctly there. So sum of Fi Xi for this is coming 141. And sum of Fi, that is frequency, equals to 5050. Direct method it is. So directly we'll find out mean x bar equals to, by formula substituting the value, we get 2.82. The mean of the milk sold is 2.82 liters. Next question 4. A frequency distribution table for the production of oranges of some farm owners is given below. Find the mean production of oranges by assume mean method. Production is given in 1000 rupees, that is 25 to 30,000, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50. So number of farms owners are there. These frequencies are given here that we have to collect. As you know that, let us take the assume mean. What you are going to take, we have to write up only A equals to 37.5 is taken in this example. We'll see in the table here. Class production in 1000 rupees. So here you have to write the class interval, class mark. Again, you know how to do the mean of the two, 25 plus 30 divided by 2, 27.5 and so on. Here you have assumed mean as 37.5. So this deviation will be 0. For this it will be 32.5 minus 37.5 equals to minus 5. 27.5 minus 37.5 equals to minus 10. 42.5 minus 37.5 equals to 5 and 47.5 minus 37.5 equals to 10. Frequencies as given in the table only. The sum of frequencies is coming as 80. Next column is frequency into deviation, that is Fi di. So here minus sign is there, so we are getting minus. You know how to simplify this now. So sum of Fi di equals to minus 175. Here d bar we have to calculate by applying the formula of mean, that is minus 175 upon 80 equals to minus 2.19. So mean equals to x bar equals to assume mean plus value of d bar, what you have calculated here. So 37.5 plus minus 2.19 equals to 35.31. But here you see the class interval was of multiple of thousands. Therefore, answer will be equals to rupees 35.31 into 1000. So equals to rupees 35,310. The mean of production of oranges is rupees 35,310. Next problem, a frequency distribution of funds collected by 120 workers in a company for the drought affected people are given in the following table. Find the mean of the funds by step deviation method. Fund is given 0 to 500, 500 to 1000, 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500, and number of workers, that is frequency, is given. We will take assume mean as 1250 and G equals to 500. Where we have taken G, again I will explain here. Here the class interval, you know, 0 to 500, so 500 to 1000, 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500. Class mark you know how to take. Then assuming the mean 1250 equals to A, you know how to find out the DI. Xi minus 1250 will give you DI. DI after calculating. UI we have to calculate. DI is given to you as you have calculated here. Divide by G. G is nothing but the GCD of DI. Here what will be the GCD? Greatest common divisor? 500. So here DI upon G value will be 500. So simplify it. Minus 1000 divided by 500 is minus 2. 500 divided by 500 is minus 1. 0 divided by 500 is 0 only. 500 divided by 500 positive 1. 1000 divided by 500 is 2. Frequencies are given there. So sum of frequency equals to 120. Fi ui equals to, simplify this, here Fi into ui, as it is a step deviation method, we take Fi ui. So sum of Fi ui is coming to minus 63. So u bar equals to, that is mean of u equals to minus 63 upon 120 equals to minus 0.525. So mean equals to x bar equals to A plus assume mean plus u bar into G. So 150 plus minus 0.525 into 500. If you simplify this, you will get 987.5. The mean of the funds collected is rupees 987.5. Question 6. The following table gives the information of frequency distribution of weekly wages of 150 workers of a company. Find the mean of the weekly wages by step deviation method. Weekly wages 1000 to 2000, 2000 to 3000, 3000 to 4000, 4000 to 5000. So number of workers are given as a frequency here. We take assume mean as 2500 and G equals to, here you see after calculating DI you can write the G, it is coming GCD of DI equals to 1000. So here class interval you know how to write weekly wages, XI mean of the class you know how to calculate, and DI calculating taking assume mean, here you have taken as 2500. So simplify, you will get the value of DI. UI equals to DI upon G. What is G here? 1000. GCD of DI. So divide by 1000, simplify it, you will get it here. Frequency is given, take FI, UI, so minus 1 into 25 minus 25 and so on. Simplify here, you will get sum of FI UI equals to 85 and sum of FI, that is frequency, equals to 150. So U bar equals to sum of FI UI upon sum of FI equals to 85 upon 150 equals to 0.57. Mean X bar equals to A plus U bar into G. Substituting the value and calculating, we will get X bar equals to 3070. The mean of the weekly wages is rupees 3070. This much is sufficient for this exercise. We will see in the next video practice set 6.2. Till then, goodbye. Take care of yourself. Thank you.